Hello everyone. My name is Thydee. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to draft a pattern for a loose dress. So you can also use the method in creating a blouse, a top, just loose, free top or dress that you can wear anywhere. If you're interested in this video, then definitely keep on watching. Okay, the items I'll be needing for this tutorial are tape measure, my marker pen, my scissors, and my curve ruler, and the last but not the least, my paper. Okay, so these are the things I'll be needing for this tutorial. So right now I've already drawn my lines: the chest, the shoulder, the chest, the waist, the hem. I actually forgot to draw the hip line, but I'm going to be doing that soon. Okay, so the next step now is going to be to insert my shoulder measurement divided by 2 on the shoulder line. Okay, so and I'm going to be repeating the same process on the chest line. All right, so and the next thing is to connect the 2 points together with a straight line like so. Okay, so the next thing is to determine my hip depth. My hip depth for this back pattern, this is actually a back pattern, is 3 inches, and you can just use any measurement that you like. You can decide to bring it down or up or whatever. So and I have 3 inches standard as the width, so though it's going to be 5 inches in total, but I will make mark on the 3 inches line first. Then from the shoulder line, come down by 1 inch, because this is the back pattern, and please ignore the second mark on the armhole depth line. Okay, so and from the 1 inch mark, connect with a straight line to the 3 inches mark on the shoulder line. So the rest of the measurement, take the rest of the measurement or determine it and fold your tape into 2 to get the half of it. So then you mark, and from that point come in by 0.25 inch. 0.25 inch or 1/4. I already have a video that explains better on how to read a tape measure on my YouTube channel. Please check that out. All right, so then the next thing is to insert my round bust measurement. For this kind of pattern or dress or design, is a loose dress and it doesn't have a zip, so there's a need for allowance. Okay, so I'm going to be adding 3 inches to my round bust measurement and dividing it by 4. So do that for yourself. All right, so then the next thing is to connect with a line the slope point on the armhole depth and the 0.25 mark. Then you connect with a curve to the chest line to make an armhole curve, just like so. Okay, so the next step is going to be to determine or insert my waist measurement on the waistline. My waist measurement is I added 4 inches to it and divided it by 4. So your waist measurement for this dress, your waist measurement divided your waist measurement plus 4 divided by 4. So that will give you your measurement on the waistline. Then my long awaited hip line is here, so I measured 8.5 inches from the waistline down, that is the hip depth, and I connected with a line. Okay, so this serves as my hip line. All right, and I'm going to be inserting my hip measurement on this line. Okay, so my hip measurement, just the way I did it for the waist measurement, I added 4 inches to my hip and I divided by 4. So this is giving me my hip measurement. I just need enough allowance and it will still be, nice on you. So please, you can try that out on your own. So then the next thing is to connect with a curve, a slight curve. Yeah, slight curve. So, and you can see that it's taking shape gradually. I think I'm liking what I'm seeing. So then you ensure that you take the measurement on the hip and place it on the hem and reduce by 0.5 inch. So I just don't really like the idea of having a very straight down part of the dress. So just 0.5 inch or 1 cm is okay. All right, so you can try it or reduce or increase depending on what you want. So the next thing is to find the hip depth or mark the hip depth. Here is 3 inches. I actually want a low back, like I said, so I am marking 3 inches, and I also placed 2 inches on the slope. So altogether I have 5 inches width, all right, neck width. So from there I'll be connecting to the depth of the neck, which is 3 inches here. So this is it. You can also use your curve ruler or curve to smoothen it, whatever. So just be creative. Okay, so that is the point. This video is just a guide for you, so you can try that out and see how it looks, and let me have your comments, feedback, and if this video becomes helpful to you, give me a thumbs up. So I'm going to be avoiding having a pointed edges, okay, on my pattern. So I will be using the ruler, the curved part of my ruler, to smoothen out, okay, the pointed edges. So I'll be doing the same thing on the hip line. Okay, so can you see? So this is it. So I'm good to go. Then ensure you label your pattern, the hip, the waist, the chest line, the hem line. So ensure you label, and this helps anyone who even picks up your pattern to be able to interpret what you have on your pattern, and even to avoid confusion. Okay, so please ensure you label your pattern. So this is all I have for the back pattern. Okay, and ensure you write it down on it back. It does not have a zip, so please make sure you label it. All right, so the next thing is to cut out the pattern, and we are good to go. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, Thydee Fashion YouTube channel, please do subscribe and tap on the notification bell so that you will be alerted or notified anytime I post new videos. All right, thank you. So the next thing is for us now to work on the front pattern. I had already drawn my lines, my chest, my shoulder line, my chest line, my waist line, my hip. This time I didn't forget to put the hip line. So the hip line and the hem line. Okay, now there's a difference between the length, the half length of the front and the back. Okay, so now I want to bring my back pattern in to show you something. You can see that from the chest line down to the waist, there's a difference between the waist of the back and the one on the front. So there's a difference between the two. So please measure yourself and ensure you do the right thing. So the next thing is to insert the shoulder measurement divided by 2, just the way we did for the back, and do the same thing on the chest line. Okay, so connect the 2 points together with a straight line. All right, I think we're on the right track. Yeah, so next thing for us to do right now is to insert our 3 inches standard as usual to be able to get our slope. All right, so this is 3 inches on the shoulder line, and on the same vertically from the shoulder line down, you measure 3 inches. So for the front pattern, the standard is 3 by 3, 3 inches width, 3 inches depth. So it could be 5 inches more, but at least you have to mark the 3 inches first before you decide on the neck or the size of the neck to make. So from the shoulder line downward is 1.5 inches, and I marked that on my armhole depth line, and I connected it to the 3 inches mark on the shoulder line to make my shoulder slope. Can you see? So from here down is 1.5 inches. So ensure that you mark the same thing. Okay, so for the back is 1 inch, for the front is 1.5 inch. So and from the 1 inch mark on the front, from there ensure that you fold the tape into 2 to get the midpoint, just the same way you did for the back. All right, so get the midpoint. That point must be the same with the back pattern. Okay, it is very important. So just apply this same on a basic bodice block. I already have a video on my Facebook Academy, so I'll try and probably do another update of a video on how to draft the basic bodice block. So then you come in by 0.75 from that midpoint, or 3/4 of an inch, and connect with a line to the slope. And the next thing is for me to also insert my round bust measurement plus 3 inches, divided by 4. Round bust plus 3 divided by 4, or you can even make use of a back pattern to avoid issues, to avoid mistakes or confusion. Okay, so since the measurements are the same, the horizontal measurements are the same, the circumference is the same now, so just mark accordingly. All right, so I place the waistline on the waistline of the front, and I marked. Okay, it is the length that makes the difference, not the circumference. The circumference remains the same. All right, so on the hip, I'll be doing the same thing, marking the same measurements that is on my, using my back pattern, and my hem also the same measurements. All right, so I can see that the shape is gradually coming out. Okay, so this is what I have. Okay, so the next thing for me now is to insert my bust point line. Okay, my bust point line, it's very important because I wish to insert my bust dart, and is going to take it is very important for me anyway, because without that I will not be able to insert my bust dart. All right, so now I have done that. To be able to determine your bust point depth, you will measure from your shoulder down to the nipple, and you place the value on your pattern paper. Okay, so and the next thing is for me to determine my bust pan. My bust pan here is 7.5, and you, to be able to get that on yourself, just measure from one nipple to the other and you will get your bust span. Okay, that is nipple to nipple measurement. So just divide it by 2 and insert on your pattern. All right, so I've done that already. So I will be connecting the point from the waist up to the chest line. I hope you are following. Okay, so and I'm going to be measuring the difference between the back and the front and use that as my burst dart. So if it's 1.5, then you're going to insert from the bust point line down 1.5. If it's 2 inches, you're going to insert just from the bust point line down to 2 inches. So which is what I'm doing right now. So I don't want my bust dart to start from the nipple point. So I will be moving out by probably 1.5 inches or even 2 inches as the case may be, but the standard is 1 inch. So then I connected with a line. Okay, so this is how it is. This is my bust dart. Very simple, very simple. So now I'm going to look for the midpoint of the bust dart and draw a line from there to the nipple point, the second nipple point where the dart started from. Okay, so this is what I've just done right now. So just do it the same way you are seeing it in this video. I may not be able to explain what it is, but I really need to make a video on how to make basic bodies as soon as possible. You can check that out on my Facebook page or Facebook Academy, Thydee Fashion Academy, so just check that out. I'm sure you'll be able to get how to do this. Okay, so now we are done with the bust dart, and I'm going to be connecting other points together with a curve, the hip, and the hem line as well. Okay, so like I did for the back, just place the same measurement you have on the hip, place it on the hem and minus 0.5 from it. So it's just a way of shaping the down part. Okay, so then to avoid pointed edges, smoothing out those pointed edges with your curve like so. Do the same on the hip line. All right, so I think we are good to go. We are moving on. So the next thing is to make a curve. Our hammer curve is incomplete without the curve, so just connect from this point to the chest line. This is our armhole curve. Please don't mind my curve, but for me it doesn't really change anything. So you can decide to use your curve or whatever. So just ensure this is a guide for you. Okay, so we are done with this now, and the next thing is for me to insert 2 inches on my slope to make 5 inches neck width. So the depth is going to be like probably 4 inches or 3.5, or according to what you want. Okay, so don't do what I like, do what you like, but just make this video as a guide for you. So just be creative. All right, so now I'm done with the neck, and the neck on the front parts and also the back is ready. The neck, the front part is also ready. So cutting. All right, so I think the shape is nice. Okay, so this is what I have, and it's looking nice. All right, so I'll bring my back pattern up right now to show you. So this is what I have. This is what I have. The back, you can see the neck. This is the front of it. Can you see? So we are good to go. Thank you so much. I am sure you will learn a lot from this video. Just watch it over and over again and try to, do some work on it. Practice, practice, practice. So not just practice. Okay, thank you. Bye.